plug that in. And all right, I think I got it. What do you mean you think you got it? I think it's ready to go. Why is it down there? That looks weird. It's a weird angle to see you from. It's certainly a weird angle to see me from. Why don't we move that? Why don't you just hit some intro music from Not Starks? He put something new on his Instagram. Why don't you go ahead and just play that? When did I become your intro music guy? Just do it, all right?
Hi, my name is Starks, and watch me rap. Took my wins in private, took my losses in public. That's the way things go. Hitters hate it or love it. I went and changed nothing from it. Fly women, they love it. They try to tarnish my name, but hi.
Why did you stop it? Because I think that could I don't know what the copyright rules are for that. I don't think Starks would care. I mean, he's a villain, but I think he's a fan of us. That's true. Big shout out to Starks on Instagram, always supplying us with some great music. Another Ohio native. Yeah. He knows what it's like to freeze to death in the months of January to March. Okay, it don't even get that cold anymore. You're being dramatic. Let's see. Can we get Joe in here? Is Joe going to be in here? Joe is not here yet. I'm looking. There's no Joe. I have time. I can hit all I need to. There he is, isn't it? I'm still going to do it, all right?
Do what? What I'm missing?
We are brought to you today by Original Gunplug Garage. Right here. See all that stuff, Joe?
I see it all.
That's all part of Jeremy's overwhelming backlog at this point.
Whoa. What do you mean by backlog?
Those he hasn't built those ones.
It sounds about right.
And there's some more down there he hasn't built.
Hey, that sounds about right.
He's got some work to do. He's been messing around with one specific one, making some changes to it, trying to get it to be where he's happy with it. You want to see it? He might be entering it in some sort of a contest or something.
Go ahead. Ooh, that's a different one. Okay, different one.
You see, he's very proud of that 06, I guess. And it's not a decal, it's painted with no airbrush. He painted that.
Okay.
But, no, he did use a stencil, but the stencil sucked.
Hey,
that's true.
Hey.
The stencil was not great.
He got to take his time and be patient.
Yeah, and patience is not one of my virtues, Joe.
I'm aware of that.
Why do you put the camera that far away? Just do your thing, man. Also brought to you by our friends over at Princeton Coffee. Promo code Don't Say the F word, you save 10%. But also go to our merch table, buy stuff. There's stuff with my face on it. Go buy it.
Yeah, go buy it.
There's stuff with my face on it too. Nobody cares about your face.
Hey, what about
Joe has a shirt.
My face.
Yeah.
My face.
Yeah, Joe has a shirt where it's just Joe. I have a shirt where it's just me. You only exist in a shirt with Joe, so you don't really count.
Damn. We got a point there. You got a solid point.
And that's why his ass fell over. Stand back there. Right. I don't know what I did here. Joe, I messed up his stand.
Uh-oh.
That is a Mark problem. That is not a Jeremy problem. That's what I think. Paulie is now like a giant.
I saw the time.
All right. Anywho. Yeah, it is kind of messed up that I don't have my own shirt.
You can. Hey, look at it this way.
Why am I the only one who doesn't have his own merch?
You do actually. Technically, you do have your merch. You have your own merch. Think it like this: the name. Who thought of the name?
Oh, that was me.
That was you. Who thought of the podcast?
That was me.
Okay. Who thought of having a hand and two extra hands.
That's me, kind of. I don't know. Here's a question.
Okay.
I kind of feel like he kind of took on a life of his own. I don't really think I'm involved in that
anymore. Okay. Let's put it like this. Whose idea would have like a 1.5 extra person? 1.5.
That's me. That's me.
That's you. So
I designed the logo. The logo was me. May have ripped off the Dare logo, but that's not for me to decide.
Yeah, but look at it this way.
It was inspired by.
But look at it this way. Your face ain't gotta be on the brand. As long as your name is included, that's all that matters. The face the face doesn't make the brand. It's the person behind it that makes the brand.
That's right. It's for the brand. It's not for me. It's for the brand. Yeah, I can agree with that. And I don't think, no one's going to walk around with a shirt with just my face.
No. Maybe
it's not going to happen. Nobody wants that. I wouldn't want that.
Maybe. I mean, think like this. White sister might wear it around the house because she ain't got no shirt to wear, do laundry, run errands.
I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to say she feels as though she sees enough of me. She does not want me on her clothing. It's going to be like that.
That's one argument I'm not going to win, so I ain't going to start.
It's a reasonable argument.
It's a reasonable.
Reasonable.
Yeah, very reasonable.
I got to hand it to you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really, really think that the Mystic Joe shirt should really just be sold out at this point. You are really just calling it. You said Seth was going to attack him right at the entrance, and it's literally how they started everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's your sources, Joe?
I ain't got no sources.
Who do you know on the creative team in WWE? You ain't telling me. There's a reason I didn't text you much about it, because I was waiting for this opportunity. Who is it you know that is writing for WWE that's giving you the scoop?
That's why I said in the text, it kind of went the way I had it planned out.
More than kind of, man. More than kind of.
I don't know. I just think about all the feuds and things that happened over 30 years of watching wrestling, and you just got a vibe feeling like what would happen. So I just look at it like he's probably going to attack him, do something. It went like I was hoping with a chair, but he used a suitcase. Hey, it counts. He used something.
He used something. It does count. I feel like you called that pretty much. I mean, as close to 100% as you could call it without having an inside source. And I'm not sure that you don't have an inside source.
And I said, what? Adam Pearce going to come out and try to call off the match and da-da-da. It happened right there. Like I said, like, damn. I was not expecting table splash, though. That was the only thing. Table splash.
I think it was a great segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, great way to drag out their feud a little longer. But my question for you is this, Mystic Joe.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
What's next? I seen they got advertised for Crown Jewel.
What is that match going to be like at Crown Jewel? What are they going to do?
Let's see.
I didn't see a gimmick announced for Crown Jewel. It's going to have to be a gimmick match, right?
If I had to take a guess, perfect match for big man, skinny dude. I hope it goes to like a 3 out of 4. Just have something exciting. 3 out of 4.
I was thinking, I'm afraid they're going to do a last man standing.
But they did do things right. The one they haven't had in a while with the 3 stages of hell match. That'd be great.
What was the 3 stages of hell?
Okay, 3 stages of hell was it went from a normal match then a no DQ, and then it went. I think it was a steel cage.
They could do that. They could do just a cage match. They could do Seth and Bronson Reed cage match at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, that's one thing they did. Yeah, 3 Stages of Hell. That'd be great. If they brought that back. The 3 Stages of Hell.
What if they Saturday night's main event isn't until December, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I would like to see Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins in a cage match, but bring back Big Blue. On Saturday night's main event, where that comes back in December, they're going to have to do a cage match with the Big Blue cage, right?
Definitely.
They have
tradition, though, y'all. It's tradition.
That's got to be there. I like the line that Rollins used. You want to be famous? Get your ass out here. I'll make you famous. Shout out to DDP.
Mm-hmm.
Taker, I'm begging you, make me famous. That story made no sense. Just gonna throw that out there.
That is true. But,
no part of it made any sense. Also, the Taker make me famous. It was such a great line because DDP was already famous.
Well, he wasn't
at the point in time, his popularity, he was just as popular as The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is true. But still, DDP wasn't that famous back in the WWE 2000 days. He
that was just
that famous
because of the time off.
Yeah.
He just had one of those Turner contracts. I don't know. Even without a match happening, I still think that opening spot with Seth and Bronson Reed, absolute A segment. Great. No complaints. I got no complaints about it.
It was good. It was great. And I was like, damn, I caught that down the middle. Bam.
Yeah. Then we moved into the tag titles tournament.
See, now that kind of worked out my plan. Like, Woods did hold Kofi back, but didn't go the way I planned it out. But it still went out that way.
Yeah. R-Truth appearing. I didn't have that on my bingo card. I didn't think R-Truth was going to come out in that match.
Nah, I didn't have it either.
He provided that distraction so that way Kofi could get that roll-up pin. I didn't think they were going to win.
I didn't either.
I thought this would be like part of the catalyst to, hey, let's go ahead and split these guys up. Jeremy Pitbull Smith, thank you for checking us out, sir. We're going to get together again for another interview, find out what's next for you when you'll be back in the BKFC. But yeah, man, I didn't. I thought we were going to move more toward the breakup of the New Day.
I think when Kofi when Woods was holding Kofi back, I think that was kind of the slowly breakup. But then it made sense why Woods held him back 10 seconds later.
Yeah. And then we get the Wyatt Sicks has returned.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like their next feud is with the Final Testament.
And The Miz.
And, well, is The Miz part of the Final Testament?
I would say, as of right now, he's not part of them, but I would say it'll be The Miz in the Final Testament versus the Wyatt Sicks.
Yeah, man, I don't want to be a negative Nancy on this show.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not feeling it.
I told y'all.
At all. Not even a little bit.
It's getting close to that 6-month mark, y'all. I keep telling y'all. It's getting close. It's getting close to it.
I don't want to shit on it. I really don't. So I'm going to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the pencil, Joe, how do you fix it? Is it
Can't fix. You can't fix it.
Is it a let's just abandon ship and give these guys all something new? I feel like the crowd still reacted. The live crowd.
The live crowd.
I don't feel like it resonates through TV somehow. Whereas I think that's where Bray was like really. Bray was able to connect through the TV.
He was.
There's something about the Wyatt Sicks that does not do that.
It's like I said in the beginning. They should have just kept it as, hey, a tribute to good old Bray. Then let it go. That was it. Let it go. But they don't got Bray, the mastermind, behind the whole scary, fanatic, surprises, screaming. They just got Bo and not Uncle Bo. They got Bo and other writers trying to be like Bray, but they can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, no 6 o'clock.
I feel like the expectations were so high that meeting them was going to be almost impossible. And then to that first appearance with the mayhem that they caused backstage, where, you know, it looked like Chad Gable was not alive.
Like he's dead, yeah.
I feel like that made it very difficult to do anything afterwards. As I said back then, whatever the time frame was ago that was, you can't escalate it to here and come back to here and have regular matches. I was okay with the escalation, but like I said, following that, every match should have ended in a no contest. Every match should have been so violent and so out of control that every time they were in a ring, it got thrown out. And they should have just kept showing up everywhere. They should have shown up in NXT. They should have shown up on SmackDown. They should have been gone for a while and then pop up at a TLE and they take somebody out.
I would say this. If I did it right, I would say get rid of Bo. But Bo can't do it with that. His voice ain't a heelish
How do you get rid of Bo?
Now, I'm just going to tell you how
Uncle Howdy's the guy.
I know. But here's the thing. You wouldn't have to get rid of Bo for being Uncle Howdy because he couldn't do it. I would rather see Dexter Lumis be Uncle Howdy because he could pull that off better than Bo could. Eric Rowan would still be there. And Nikki could still be Sister Abigail. I think those would be the main three you would really need. Joe.
Are you taking Joe Gacy out of it?
There's really no spot for Joe Casey.
I think Braun should have just been brought back in. I understand the desire to want to have him being the monster among men or monster among monsters, whatever. But I think he would have been a much better fit by going back to the Wyatts. Even then, though, I don't know if there was any saving this. I don't know that there was an improvement that could have been like I hate to say I think it's done because anytime I've thrown in the towel on something, Dominic got over as a heel. Jungle Boy's growing on me.
Those are different, though. Those are different.
Very true.
But I'm just saying.
I do think it's hard to do spooky in WWE. I think it's hard in this era to do a spooky gimmick, especially whenever you on the exact same show have another gimmick that's kind of supposed to be spooky with the Final Testament. And then, you kind of had one that was supposed to be with the Judgment Day, and now they've just become silliness. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with. I just don't know, man. I don't know how you fix the Wyatt Sicks, or if you can fix the Wyatt Sicks.
I'm just going to say this. It's getting close to that 6 month mark, y'all. Nobody
It really is. You said it only had a 6-month shelf life, and that was it. And then we had the Creed brothers versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Here's what I'd like to see. First of all, I'm just going to say great match. Match was super good, very fun. I did not think American Made was going to lose. To me, very that faction's kind of confusing to me because they were actually booked somewhat strong against the Wyatt Sicks in the debuting of the two, even though the Wyatt Sicks went over, and then you bring them into another program and they lose again in this next program, but they're supposed to be like the most elite athletes on the roster. It's a little confusing. Almost feels like they're fumbling the bag, and we never got our Chad Gable Otis payoff, which was already a fumbled bag. Here's what I want to see. I want to see American Made do a bunch of video segments. And I want them to be American Gladiator style. I want them to face other tag teams in American Gladiator type events that will then lead to matches between them. Let's do some comedy American Gladiators. Their gear looks like American Gladiators. It's convincing. It would fit the team itself, and they could do these super athletic competitions where they cheat to win in those, and then you have them do a match where they cheat to win the matches.
That's what Team Angle did.
Exactly. It's exactly the 3 eyes and doing the opposite of the 3 eyes. That way they're hypocrites.
Okay.
I think it'd be great. I think it would be a great thing to do. I would be entertained. So if anyone in WWE is looking to write the show specifically to entertain one guy, and I'm an audience of one, just American Made does American Gladiators. I feel like they could definitely buy the license, right?
0-0.
They could definitely pay to use American Gladiators. They could probably bring American Gladiators back on TV, to be honest.
Yeah, American Gladiator, that was a good show.
It really was a good show, especially in the beginning, where it was doing it as a legit competition, and the events were done rickety.
I just missed that. I missed that one with the ball shooting the target when it was far.
Yes, oh man, I was a kid. We'd play that in my backyard. Yeah, we would set up a target on the back step, and we would throw Nerf balls at it, run around throwing balls at each other, trying to hit that target.
That was the best thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, American Gladiators was a great show. Not that long ago, there was a Netflix documentary on American Gladiators.
Really? Yeah,
and it was a really good documentary. Really, peeled it back, let you see what it was about. They were trying to stand out and really compete against WWE and stuff.
I have to watch that later.
Yeah, it was good. I can't remember. It was maybe 6 parts, something like that.
Oh, got something to watch the weekends.
It was good. It was good. I highly recommend it. And it might have been more entertaining than the Vince McMahon documentary. Anywho, Mysterio and Dragon Lee advance. And then we got to our IC title match.
Once again, I called it. Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Everyone called it, right?
No, but I'm talking about the main one. Jacob Fatu costing the match.
Yeah. And then afterwards, after the show, dark match, Jacob Fatu faced off against Cody Rhodes in his first singles match.
I heard about that.
Yeah. It's not that I'm unhappy with it, because this is going to sound like I'm unhappy. I don't want to be that fickle, jaded wrestling fan, but it's just that ending for Raw was very predictable. Everyone's seen this coming, right? Now, I don't mind when we play things tried and true.
Yep.
I sometimes the best things in pro wrestling is what's completely obvious to do. I don't know. It would have been great if there would have just been some type of swerve there where it wasn't so blatant that Bloodline 2.0 costed Jey the match.
You know what would have been better? The best screw would have been if Jey never showed up on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And if Jey didn't show up on SmackDown, nobody would never predicted that.
Yep. And then I make the argument that I feel like Bloodline 2.0 costing him his title makes there be less reason for him to team with Jimmy and Roman. Because had he not had beef with Bloodline 2.0, he would still be Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, but if you look at it, there's that one spot in the match. Well, during the match, it's either Solo pushed Jey out the way or Jey moved out the way. You can't really tell what happened. But I think Solo pushed Jey.
Spear part?
Yeah.
The spear?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's also a part in the match where Jacob Fatu blatantly attacked Jey Uso right in front of the referee and he didn't call for the bell. So there was also that.
That too, yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's hard whenever it was so easily predictable, and then it doesn't truly make sense. And I do get the argument that people reach out to me as I posted. If Jey loses, it doesn't make sense for him to team with Roman. That on SmackDown, Jey said, he wasn't there because of Roman and Jimmy. He was there on his own. It's great that he said that, but that simply isn't true. Because Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa have been with Solo Sikoa for 4 months. No, longer than that. Since Mania.
No.
Since just after Mania. It was like right after.
No, they came in one by one. The one showed up at the pay-per-view, what was it? Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
So they've been together since about mid-June, July.
Okay, so let's call it 4 months. Yeah. 3 or 4 months. And then we got Jacob Fatu about the same time. I mean, Jacob Fatu wasn't far off because we've had enough time for Jacob Fatu to break his foot and be back. Or sprain his ankle, whatever he did to his foot. So it's not like Solo just aligned with the bad part of the family. It's been going on. And Jey didn't care at all. I mean, Jacob Fatu's been on the show for a little while now. And now Jey shows up to say, why'd you have to go and get him? There's a reason we don't talk to them. It's only because of Jimmy and Roman. So, if not for Jimmy and Roman, Jey Uso's still your Intercontinental Champion. If the Bloodline 2.0 was going to stick their nose in Jey Uso's business without Jimmy and Roman, Jey Uso never would have won the title to begin with. That would have made sense. Not for them to stand by and let him win, to now come along and take it away from him.
That makes sense.
Right? So, it would make the most sense now if on SmackDown, Jey shows up and goes, because of y'all, I ain't champ. You guys took this away from me. Not Solo, not Jacob, not Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. But it was you, Jimmy. It was you, Roman. If you guys wouldn't have been having this beef and made me get involved, I wouldn't have lost my Intercontinental title. And now what do we got? Now we got no titles.
You know what would be great, though? I'll say it'd be great if Friday night on SmackDown, Jey comes out and call out Jacob Fatu. Just Jacob Fatu. Nobody else. then Nick makes that the main event for SmackDown. And with
Who do you
that,
put over? Or do you just have it end in a mess?
it's going to end in a mess because, you still got 2.0 and Roman and Jimmy are there. And you could just say Solo, and then we'll come out first. Then Jimmy and Roman come out to have his back.
I would be okay with that. Something to make amends, some way to fix it.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of mad about it, but that's a way to fix it. That's a way to have it. That's a way to have it make sense. Let me ask you one thing before we move on from WWE.
Okay.
How do you feel about such a short run for Jey Uso with the IC title? Was there a point to put it on him, just take it off less than a month later? I mean, he had it for 3 weeks.
He had a good run with it for 28 days.
Yeah.
28 days, good.
Couldn't we have just waited?
I say we could have waited, but if you look at
Do you put it back on him at the Rumble? Do you give Jey Uso the IC title again at the Rumble? That's what I do. I bring him back, and let's get through War Games. Let's circle it back. Let's get Jey Uso back in the IC title picture and give it back to him at the Rumble.
I'll give him another shot.
I say you have him beat Braun at the Rumble, and then you have Braun eliminate Jey Uso out of the Rumble. Give a reason to continue it on after Rumble, but at least throw the belt back on him.
Yeah.
Give the title.
That'd be great. Yeah. But I'll say this. I will wait for Mania for Jey and Breakker to go for the title. IC again.
You're gonna put that off till Mania?
I mean, you gotta think about
Damn,
it.
Joe.
I'm thinking about the good thing. Like he was just a tag team champion singles last year, but didn't have a title shot. This Mania, he'll go for a title shot, another single title shot, not just a tag team championship, and that would be better for him. So I would say, fed the whole Bloodline story right now. Him and Bron Breakker go one-on-one, and I say that would be, if they do it right, that would probably be like the second best match on the WrestleMania card for that night.
I can see that. I can see that for sure. Joe, let's talk about AEW.
All right. I can talk about this right now, y'all.
Let me ask you, and I sent you the card for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling? Feeling it?
I'm feeling the House of Black. They're in action.
House of Black is in action. We don't know who they're facing. I'm not sure it even matters.
I don't care. I like the House of Black. That's like the best trio team so far. House of Black.
Yeah. We're gonna hear from Kyle Fletcher tonight.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to make me care about that. Can you make me care about that?
No, I can't make care about it.
So for everyone who says, Jeremy's in an AEW shill and he loves everything AEW does, man, I don't give a shit what Kyle Fletcher has to say. Him or Don Callis. And yes, I know I hate Don Callis passionately. I think he does a great heel work because I legitimately hate everything about Don Callis. No redeeming qualities at all. Hate him being on my TV. It's damn close to change the channel heat. Remember how much I dislike Dan Lambert being on AEW?
Yeah.
And I said, man, that's changed the channel heat. Like, that makes me not want to watch the program. Man, Don Callis is almost there. So kudos to Don Callis, I guess, for his heel work. because I absolutely get worked by Don Callis' heel work, and I just can't stand that man. And he never gets his comeuppance. Nobody ever puts him through a table. He never eats a chair shot, and that pisses me off. Put a new shirt on the merch table, but I hate Don Callis.
Oh, as for the rest,
I think I can get away with just using his name, can I? I can't just put Don Callis sucks on it. Don Callis sucks eggs.
I mean, you could put, if you show it like his body, his face, with that like you did the Gunther one, and just say I hate.
No, just that's a ring general. That's not a Gunther.
No, the ring general. But
nice
you did that like face.
I got 3 minutes for you.
Yeah.
That was such a great line.
Yeah. But I would say for the rest of it, besides the trio, the actual trio match in the Mark and Jericho, it's a.
Let's talk about it. We have Camille versus Queen and Manita. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
That's the perfect time to go and make more popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Sammy Guevara versus Shelton Benjamin.
All right, now
that match has the potential to be match of the week.
I'm gonna say that match. You got two of the best agility high flyers that could match, and you got a childhood about to go against his childhood hero.
Yeah, like so. I've gotten some heat in the community where I'm talking about like how I think AEW has been the better show, kind of consistently week to week and premium live events than WWE. Pretty consistent over the last few months, and just comparing this Dynamite card to what we got on Raw, I take nothing away from Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. Absolutely fantastic. Great segment, but it wasn't a match.
Mm-hmm.
That match didn't happen. And if I look at the rest of the show, and I look at what AEW has the potential to deliver to me, I'm going to roll the dice and say my match of the week is probably going to come from AEW, because Sammy Guevara versus Shelton Benjamin, first of all, is a match we shouldn't even get to see. And we're going to get to see it. Mm-hmm. And that's probably going to be very good. Then I look at the trios match that we have, which is Jack Perry and the Young Bucks against Daniel Garcia and Private Party. Probably going to be very entertaining. Is it going to steal the show? That I don't know. As much as I'm a fan of Private Party, great to see them live. Danny Garcia, I don't know how his style is kind of the oddball out in this match.
Yeah.
Definitely, he's the contrast to everybody else in this match. But then we have Mark Briscoe versus Jericho in a Ring of Honor World Championship ladder match. Well, ladder war. I don't know what makes that different than a ladder match.
I guess they can use the ladder as a weapon in the match. I don't know.
Are they hanging the belt?
They hanging the belt.
So I mean, here's my question for you, Mystic Joe. Does Chris Jericho become a 9-time world champion tonight?
Well, he got Big Bill and the Bounty Hunter.
He's got Big Bill. He's got Brian Keith.
And Mark,
he's got Big Bill, and it's a ladder match. So if Big Bill puts Chris Jericho on his shoulders, can he reach the belt?
He might be a little inch to it, but yeah, he could probably reach it.
Right? Yeah. That's how I book this. I would book Chris Jericho to win tonight. As much as that pains me to say, because the payoff later down the road is Mark Briscoe bringing in an Enzo.
I don't know. But I would just I'll keep it on Briscoe.
It doesn't make any sense.
But we can go.
Girl, it's only 5 to 5. We're tripping.
Where is it gonna go?
Set timer, 35 minutes.
Ew.
You got the iPad. Now go. 35 minutes.
Yeah. But then, man, if Mark Briscoe wins, how does this make sense? Why do this match if Briscoe's going to win?
Timer, 35 minutes. Okay. Go. It's not wrong, girl. Go.
It is wrong.
Does she watch wrestling with you?
She watches some of them. Yes, she does.
Who's her favorite?
She ain't got a favorite just yet. I'm trying to get it more into, but she ain't got one just yet.
You should take her to AEW.
I should have taken AEW.
She'd be a nightmare in that crowd.
She probably will.
Man, if Briscoe wins, then what?
He keeps his brother's legacy if Briscoe wins because they're using his brother's legacy as the target to get Briscoe mad and put the title on the line.
Yeah. One thing that's not on the card, but it is on the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Warning, Mox is here.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Moxley is in Salt Lake City.
Speaking of which, now about that, I got something to tell y'all.
What you got, Joe?
Well, I've been holding up for the past 3 days now. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready. I'm sitting down. I'm ready. I'm almost always
What if
sitting down.
There we go. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. What if we are all wrong about who's in charge of Mox?
Well, I think it's Tony Khan.
No. Think about it. What did Mox say Saturday night?
You work for me.
You work for me. Think about it. Who do they work for?
Tony Khan.
Think again. Who do they work for?
Shere Khan?
They work for his father because his father provides the money for the company for AEW. So this whole entire time, think about it. Hear me out before you get in the guts. Think about it. Here we go. You see him, Mox and all them attacking every single person Tony likes that he had a bond with. They're not attacking nobody else. You work for me. And now, think about back in June-ish when they all attacked Tony Khan and took him out.
His dad was super concerned. His dad was really worried.
And his dad is now pissed off that his son cannot control a company. So now Daddy-O got the 3-4 people that can handle themselves, handle their business, not get jumped. And now we're about to have a father take on his son. And tonight in the trio match, it's going to be, they're going to come out and attack Pirate Party. The Elite are going to look over there and just look all crazy, like clap and walk away. And boom, they come after them. They come after the Elite as well.
Man.
Because Daddy-O is pissed that his son cannot control a company. His son is not worthy of running. He gets beat up every week after week. He's a coward. And now Daddy wants to take control over AEW. And we're about to go and have a father versus son telling his father he can take control back.
Man. Joe, that makes a lot of sense.
And this whole time, they want y'all to think it's Shane and Tony Khan working together, but Daddy-O is the main one. It's the biggest plot in the world nobody can think of, except for me, Mr. Joe with the crystal ball. Thank y'all. And if I'm right, I will autograph every single shirt y'all buy, okay, if I'm right. Okay?
Man, Joe, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. You have they booked his dad being very concerned, being there in Jacksonville whenever Jack Perry attacked him. You continued the neck brace thing with all the NFL stuff. He's got more money. The story always goes on the internet wrestling community that Tony Khan's just misusing Daddy's money. That's the story, right? That's every dipshit wrestling fan who couldn't manage his way through a neighborhood gas station telling a billionaire how to spend his money, says Tony Khan's wasting his dad's money. So if you book Tony Khan's dad to be the one working behind the scenes, having Mox and his crew take out the people who his son has paid a lot of money to and is very attached to, that keeps him involved in pro wrestling. And it's his dad wants to take control of the company because his son can't be a boss. Damn, that makes a lot of sense, Joe.
3 days. Took me 3 days to think about this, y'all. Maybe 4 at the most, but
Dude, that makes so much sense. So let's say you're right. We're gonna work under the idea that you're just right. When do you bring that to everyone's attention? And then at the end of the day, what's the payoff? What are we doing? Are we doing an invasion angle? Are we doing a hostile takeover? Is Shahid Khan bringing in someone else? Is he going to bring in Outcast? Is he going to bring in a McMahon? Will he bring in a Scott D'Amore? Or is he going to bring in somebody like this? Is someone who knows how to run a wrestling company, unlike you, son of mine? Mm-hmm. And does Shahid Khan become a Mr. McMahon type of figure?
I say this. The crack is going to start tonight in that trios match, like I called it. They're going to take out everyone, even the elite, in that trio. Like the NXT, like the Nexus did when they came to Raw. They're going to tear down that ring, break everything. And I say, when next time in Jacksonville? That's when it's fighting.
Man, I don't think they're in Jacksonville for a while.
Okay. Wow. So I would say, if I had to do it right, when you're in Cleveland, they're going to start spilling the word about he is coming, and he's coming to take over what is his. And everybody going to think it's Tony Khan, but in reality, it's Dad. So I would say it's going to go on for a couple rounds. They're going to have to get something built up. So November, wherever December pay-per-view going to be, that's when it's going to hit.
They're doing a pay-per-view.
And that's when Daddy O shows up.
Dude, I could totally see it. I could absolutely see it.
And this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to end. It's going to go on for a while. Tony Khan and his dad going to have a feud. Tony going to try to get his company back. And Tony going to tell, well, Daddy is going to tell Tony if he wants his company back, the 4 he got, versus he got to find a good woman, too, for the match. So they're going to have like a fatal 4-way where they got all members get pinned. Not just have one, but all of them get pinned. So he got to find 4 good people, even a woman, to go against them. Go get the Mox crew. In order for Tony kind of get his company back, he got to find good 4 people. And you know, if you do the timing right, you can see Omega, MJF, well, Danielson's going to be out for a good minute, so we can't have him. I would say probably Britt Baker be the woman for the match. I'll use her. And the
I could see that. I could see Britt.
And the fourth one, you might have to put Swerve in there.
Man, I can see Swerve being in there.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see Swerve being in there. Man, I like the idea, Joe. Man. You could definitely have a crazy power struggle between Tony and his dad. You could have his dad tell him, you just run Ring of Honor now. I'm giving this to somebody else. There's a lot you could do there. A lot of silliness that could ensue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking that just mind-blowing concept. I threw it out to the AEW community on Bleacher Report. We'll see what the fans over there think about that. We'll see what they think. Definitely a crazy thought. Crazy thought. I would be excited to see it. I would be excited to see it. A lot of people in there thinking that good chance Jericho leaves with that title tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Man, now I'm on just discombobulated thinking about the idea of Tony Khan's dad being behind Mox. We get a whole different angle of things and this power struggle between father and son. It's very much the Vincent Shane story of being told by the Khan family. I like it. I like it a lot.
See? Like I said, you got to think outside the box, y'all. Everybody kept focusing on being Tony Khan. But I thought the main person, when he said, you work for me, they all might work for Tony Khan, but in reality, Daddy-O provides the money, so they all work for Dad.
Yeah, man. But with that, we're going to let the fans chew on that. Thank you, everyone, for checking us out live on Instagram. It's now live on Instagram. You're checking us out on YouTube or Spotify. That means I remembered to upload this episode on YouTube and Spotify because I forgot to do it Monday. So it was that was an Instagram exclusive on Monday. That happens sometimes. You know what I mean? That's why I tell you guys, follow us on Instagram so that way you know when we go live and you don't miss an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, I'd be forgetting. I got the ADHD, Joe. Attention deficit. Hey, donuts. That shirt's available at the merch table. You got any other good words for the people, Joe?
Good words. I'm saying this right now. If I'm right, I will personally autograph all them shirts, y'all. You buy the Mr. Joe shirt, I will autograph it myself. I promise you. If I'm right.
You find Joe, get your shirt signed. Who knows? Maybe he'll be appearing at an AEW show near you.
That's right.
So next time, everyone, we are out. Thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word.
Yeah.